Yeah, I got into burlesque in, I think, January 2020. I just saw a class advertised and decided to do it. Completely fell in love with it, and I was doing that obviously until the first lockdown happened in March. I did some professional workshops and just little weekly classes as well. And then obviously after the lockdown, it kind of changed to online, doing Zoom classes and pre-recorded classes. But I wrote the Formidable Lizzie Boone in the first lockdown as well, so I guess burlesque and my playwriting kind of collided, and that's how there ended up being a burlesque sequence, a burlesque scene within the solo show. Yeah, so I did some Zoom classes where the instructor just kind of would show you the full routine and then take you through it, or you would do a pre-record where you would watch piece by piece how they do different things, glove removal and all that kind of stuff, and you'd pause it and just go over that yourself in your own living room. And yeah, it was not the same obviously, but it was fun. It helped me stay creative and sane. I had it in my head I'd wanted to write a one-woman show for a while. I saw a few different solo shows in 2019 in London, and I was like, oh, I'd quite like to do this. And then I had a few different ideas that were whirling around, and then obviously in the first lockdown I had time to just sit there and write it, and I was doing burlesque as well, so I guess they just met in the middle. I think they kind of inspired each other in a way. Yeah, it's set mainly in a therapist's office, and the play starts after she's just had this big breakdown, and she takes the audience back through her life, starting with like school and all these different traumatic events that pushed her over the edge into this breakdown. Yeah, it deals with trauma, and healing through trauma in her case is through therapy. Deals with depression and body dysmorphia, and deals with sexual assault as well, so there is a trigger warning in case it would negatively impact someone's mental health to see that. But I would say it deals with it authentically, and hopefully helps people feel less alone, and connects to people who have gone through those things or dealt with those issues. And it's funny too, there's dark humour in there. Light and dark obviously go together, and that's kind of what I'm most passionate about writing, is like slice of life dramas with lots of black comedy. So that's the Formidable Lizzie Boone. So it's through a flashback which she talks about in therapy, and it goes back to that time. So burlesque helps Lizzie in one of her moments. It's like this thing that makes her feel alive and gives her some kind of stability when she's going through a lot of anxiety and stuff. But one of her traumatic events happens in the aftermath of her first burlesque performance. So she's very interested, would love to be a burlesque performer, and she kind of dips her toe in it. And who knows, maybe she'll end up back in the burlesque scene. I'm on the debut stage at the Fitzgerald for the Bad Bunny's burlesque in September, so I'm gonna try out the routine I'm gonna do in Lizzie Boone, see how that goes down, and then obviously there's the burlesque in Lizzie Boone, and I'd love to do more. I love it. It's my burlesque name is Ember Trivixon, and when I'm her, it's very freeing in a way. You feel like a different person, you feel really sexy and sassy, and I kind of lose all this self-consciousness I have when I'm Selina. It's like, leave Selina at the door, I'm amazing. And it's really great. It's a really great mask to wear. Well, I'd love to take Lizzie Boone further. I have a play in mind that I'm sort of dabbling with the ideas. I've not properly started writing it yet, called Tiny Embers, which is just kind of scratching the surface of my imagination. Just always trying to be as creative as possible, write my own stuff and, you know, do other people's stuff as well. But I think I'll always write my own stuff now because that's, I found a passion for it.